Yo, what's going on guys, X2 Flair here and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we've got the UCL Fantasy introduction video. This is essentially some how to play basics, some simple rules and scoring that apply for the UCL Fantasy. We will be releasing a UCL Fantasy first draft video coming soon, so if you want to see that, stay tuned. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. So firstly, starting off with some how to play basics for UCL Fantasy. You get to pick your squad of 15 players with a budget of £100 million. Pick your squad and make transfers before the deadlines come in, and you can tweak your team by making subs while match days are live. You can also use chips in UCL Fantasy, which is similar to wildcards in FPL. These include Limitless and wildcard chips. Limitless is where you get to make unlimited transfers for that game week, but it only applies for that game week. And wildcard is where you get to make unlimited transfers for that game week, and they apply for the whole season. Use them wisely as they can only be played once each. Also, you can compete with friends by setting up leagues and challenge other players around the world in global leagues. We are setting up our own UCL Fantasy League, so if you want to check that out, it is on screen now. Make sure you set up your team by October 21st, because that is when the Champions League goes live. That is in roughly about 10 days, so make sure you set up your teams and join our league before then. So now moving on to some rules that would be handy to know when coming into this Champions League fantasy season. From the group stage, you can pick a maximum of 3 players from the same club. This increases to 4 players in the round of 16, 5 players in the quarterfinals, 6 players in the semi-finals, and in the final you can choose 8 players from the same club. So when choosing captains is a little bit different from FPL. One of the main tips for fantasy is to select a captain from a team that's playing on the first day of a match day. That way, if he doesn't score as many points as you would like, you can switch the captain to one of your players who is playing the next day. So essentially, captain a player who's playing on the first match day. If they don't play well, that's fine, you can just switch the captain out and you get a new captain for the rest of the game week. So in terms of substitutions and transfers, in UCL Fantasy, you automatically make substitutions. The game automatically makes the substitutions for you if your player doesn't play. In terms of transfers, before the group stage you have an unlimited amount of transfers. In the match days 1 to 6 you get 2 free transfers per match day. Then in between match day 6 and round of 16, you get unlimited transfers. And then essentially before round of 16, second leg, 3 transfers. Before quarterfinals, you get 5 transfers. Quarterfinals, second leg, 3 transfers. Semi-finals, first leg, 5 transfers. Semi-finals, second leg, 3 transfers. And before the final, you get a total of 5 transfers. So there's no need to worry if you have selected players from a team that didn't make the finals. You get plenty of free transfers to adjust your squad. But it would be a good tip to have players from a team that is most likely going to make finals, because you can reduce the amount of transfers that you make. So now moving on to the main section of this video is the scoring for the UCL Fantasy players. For a player starting the game, they score 1 point, and playing at least 60 minutes they scored 2 points, including their starting point. The main scoring from open play includes assists, which are worth 3, winning a penalty, which is worth 2, obviously red cards and yellow cards. Yellow card is -1, red card is -3, and own goal is -2. In terms of goalkeepers, they get 6 points for a goal, 5 for saving a penalty, and 4 for keeping a clean sheet. And then there's obviously bonus points for saves. For defenders, they get 6 points for a goal, 4 for a clean sheet, and -1 for every 2 goals conceded. Midfielders get 5 for a goal and get a clean sheet point of 1, but they must play at least 60 minutes. And then in terms of forwards, the only scoring they can get is a goal, which is worth 4. So that's all I've got for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was a lot of information, but I hope this was helpful. If you want to see this information in more detail, check out the UCL Fantasy website that is linked in this description. I hope you guys had some good takeaways from this video and hoped it clarified some key information that you might want to know about the UCL Fantasy for 2020-21 season. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.